Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube video. Today we're going to talk about exactly how the universe has formed. As far as we know, the entire universe, we're going to talk about how it was formed. Now let's get to the presentation. So, how did the whole universe form? Now we are going to talk about step by step on how it was formed from the Big Bang all the way up to today, 13.82 billion years later. Now let's go to the first one. So now we're going to talk about the Big Bang. So the Big Bang is a physical theory that describes how the universe expanded from an initial state of high density and temperature. It occurred around 14 billion years ago, well, 13.87 billion years ago to be exact. It was once thought that it was the beginning of the universe that we know and the beginning of time. Next, cosmic inflation. Cosmic inflation is a theory of exponential expansion of space in the early universe. The inflationary epoch is believed to have lasted 10.33 and 10.32 seconds after the Big Bang. So seconds. Following the inflationary period, the universe continued to expand, but at a slower rate. So the cosmic inflation only took 10 seconds to develop. And now we're going to go to the next one. So particles form. So as we know, particles are made out of small, tiny little materials that are found in almost every part of the object. So let's go to the next page here. So in the physical sciences, a particle is a small, localized object which can be described by several physical or chemical properties, such as volume, density, or mass. But the galaxies are so large that even stars can be considered as particles. So let's say I have a cup right here. This cup is of course made out of plastic, but the plastic is made out of really small particles, which separates the not separates something that puts the whole big objects together. And of course, the stars are classed as particles because galaxies are extremely large. So next we're going to go to the recombination. This was one of the most difficult parts for me to understand, but I think I got the hang of this now, what that means. Ordinary matter particles are coupled to light and dark matter particles start building structures. So all these particles or dusts are beginning to mix in with the gas and other chemical materials in the outer space in the early days. In cosmology, recombination refers to the epoch during which charged electrons and protons first became bound to form electrically neutral hydrogen atoms. Recombination occurred about 378,000 years after the Big Bang. So, this is what's been happening in the universe 378,000 years after the Big Bang. These particles are, I'm guessing, they are stars going into the mixing mode with the other chemicals and radiation products. Next, we're going to talk about um, the Dark Ages. The Dark Age is a period between the time when the cosmic microwave background was emitted and the time when the evolution of structure in the universe led to the gravitational collapse in objects, sorry, in which the first stars were formed. Dark Age occurred 200 million years after the Big Bang. So this is the time when the microwave background was beginning to mix into the particles and create the light, create the stars and that. Um, this is what we think we know so far. Next, we're going to go to the first stars and galaxies, also known as galaxy evolution. So, although we are not exactly sure when the first stars began to shine, we know that they must have formed sometime after their era of recombination. So, the time when the dust particles began to mix in with radiation and some other chemicals, material in the that was developed in the outer space, microwaves, radiation. When hydrogen and helium atoms were formed 380,000 years after the Big Bang and before the oldest known galaxies existed, which happened 400 million years after the Big Bang. The ultraviolet light emitted by the first stars broke down the neutral hydrogen ions and the electrons, initiating the era of reionization and the end of the dark ages of the universe. The first stars and galaxies began to form around 1 billion years after the Big Bang. So 1 billion years later, after the Big Bang occurred, stars and galaxies have begun to form. Well, first it was just stars, of course, and then all the stars have begun to form around into their own into each other's gravity, and then they began to create their own galaxies across the universe. This is the universe today. So as you can see on this picture, now we got all the stars and galaxies roaming around the universe. It's pretty, it's nice, and 13.4 billion years after the Big Bang, the universe we are all living in has been formed. So it's done, the process is finished, the universe has all been created. Apparently, it is estimated it has around 2 trillion galaxies, with each one containing about 10 to 500 billion stars. When I say 10, I mean 10 billion stars. So that's how much the smallest galaxy might contain, and the biggest galaxy could contain up to 500 billion stars. So imagine a sun that we are orbiting around right now across our solar system. In each galaxy, there could be 500 billion of those, and of course, some of them could be a lot smaller, and some of them could be a lot bigger, maybe even 1,000 times bigger than our sun. So, in our universe today, we have galaxies. These are all known galaxies, that mostly known galaxies that we have discovered so far. We have the black holes. Black holes is a region where no light and gravity can escape. It's one of the most powerful objects that has ever been discovered in the universe. Some of them could be a lot bigger than the sun, about 1,000 times larger than the sun, maybe even bigger. We have stars. Stars are the of what you call another suns that we see in our night sky. Some of them could be tiny little dwarf stars that are about, I don't know, 20 times smaller than our sun, maybe even smaller. But some of them could be 1,000 times larger than our sun. For example, Antares, one of the stars in the Scorpio constellation, is about 550 times larger than our sun. So next we're going to go to the planets. Now planets are the objects that rotate around the sun, also known as the solar system, as we all know it. So in our solar system we got about 8 planets that are orbiting and few dwarf planets, Pluto, Ceres and many more. Of course, the planet that we're living on is Earth because it's in the perfect position of the solar system, which makes it habitable, and we're ruining it. Next, Earth and Moon. Yeah, we just talked about. So, Moon is the object that rotates around the Earth or any other planets. For example, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune, they all got moons as well. And the best of all in the universe is me. No, I don't think that's true. So yeah, so this is all we know so far about the universe, on how it's formed and how many galaxies there are and how many stars that each galaxy could contain. So we're going back to the first page now. How did the whole universe form? We've talked about that, and this is the whole step by step on how the universe was formed. So yeah, so that's it, guys, for today. So thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video today. I enjoy talking about that as well, but I'm not sure if you guys enjoyed it or not because I talk too much. So yeah, so that's it. So hit the like button, subscribe, turn notifications on, and best of all, hit the share button. So thank you all again for watching. I hope to see you guys very soon in the next video. So yeah, so take care for now and cheerio.